Well, it's actually, my dad came down and he said, after we got back from church, he said that he saw a cat running around down at his shop. He was itty bitty. That big he could fit in your palms. He was really small. Daddy said it looked like he wasn't even weaned yet. And he was really tired when we found him. Because when we found him, he was barely, maybe a few weeks old, if not even that. So there's no way he could have survived. Tika was really curious with Opie, so when she went up to it, he started to hiss at first, and then they found out, good friends, let's play.
Now, Opie doesn't live with you anymore. Can you tell me, Isabel, why that is?
Because him and Tika combined created chaos, and Mama didn't like it. Also, his litter box. That was a big problem too. It was stuck down in her bathroom, litter everywhere, and when our mom went in there to clean, she hated it. And Tika tried to eat it. Yeah. Like the Pounder Humane Society or something, we couldn't keep him. So then he kind of ended up staying here at your house. So he just stayed here.
Can you tell us about when we got Opie?
It was on Nana's birthday, and it was her used cat as a present.
It was a test period, and you know what happened, obviously. We fell in love, and he fell in love, and we were all pretty happy together.
Okay, what surprised you the most about Opie?
Oh, how big he's gotten. He's huge. He's over 10 pounds. And how athletic he is. He can climb anything. We put a ladder. Ran up the ladder, got on top, chased his tail. And then our cupboards in the kitchen, which are very high, he's managed to climb up on that and perch there like a prince, looking over his domain.
He is sort of a king cat.
Yeah.
What are some of Opie's favorite toys?
Well, the first thing he played was what's called the cat's meow, I've seen on TV. And he really got into that. And so that sort of warmed him up for being here, because when he first came, he was a little furtive. He had to look around and look at all the nooks and crannies. And then we got more toys, like we throw little balls, little plastic wrapped in rubber bands. But what's really surprising is whenever the UPS man comes, Opie gets real excited because he knows that box and what's in that box is something for him to play with. And he loves taking these little air pillows for cushioning and biting them and letting the air out. He's been a trip and a half.
One of his other favorite toys is, after a recent shopping trip to IKEA, I came home with this blue bag, and I emptied it out and just set it on the floor while we were putting things away. Opie took it over. It's his favorite house. He plays with it constantly. He just does all manner of things with that bag.
Okay. What's it like when Tika visits?
Pandemonium reigns.
Yeah, when Tika comes over to visit with you guys, it's chaos.
I know, just the middle of the road, it's all the same. So there you go. The title's in and the title's out. All the good ways come and go. Oh, oh, paddling hard, getting nowhere fast. Good wave is just so hard to pass. With my boys, my shield, and the wave is my ride.
Well, and Opie has a distinct advantage. He plays with Tika, but when he's had enough, then he can get high enough that Tika can't reach him.
At least here, they play real hard, but then Tika has to go home. That's the nice thing about being grandparents. You could always send them home at some point.
They do just fine together. They have a very good time. And at night, after they've been together, they both sleep very well.
Do you think that Opie and Tika act like their brother and sister?
They do. That's
Yeah.
a good analogy. Yes, they do.
It's an odd couple.
Yeah. And when your kids come over, he remembers you, and he lets you do things that no one else can. You can carry him around, poke at him, you can play with him.
Oh gosh, he just took after my feet.
Well, another thing that's surprising is that this guy can retrieve. And we think we could throw things, and he'll bring it back and lay it down.
So now that Opie very much loves hair binders as toys.
Yes, and we could throw a hair binder, and he'll retrieve that just like a ball.
One of the other things about Opie is that he loves ice cubes. And you all had warned us of that when he hears the ice cube maker on the refrigerator going, he's right there to retrieve one.
Once he figured out where the ice is coming from, he actually jumped up on the counter and was pawing at the ice dispenser. And we're thinking, oh no, if he figures that out, we're done for. We'd have to get a different refrigerator.
What if he had found that out? Wouldn't he have scared himself away from it?
Oh, the ice maker?
Yeah.
It's just too terrifying to think about.
Is there anything else you would like to tell us about your used cat?
Previously owned cat?
Opie is one remarkable cat.
Life's a worry, whether happy or sad, you're going on. You try to make the most of it, and the sun keeps shining on. It's all these fake people taking all our sunshine away. Don't you wish you could feel the sun every single day? Every single day.
Do you think he likes it here?
I think he loves it here.